Inside Hilltopper Athletics is brought to you by Panhandle Cleaning and
Welcome
Restoration.
to Inside Hilltopper Athletics.
Here's your
I got a
host,
special
Lynn Oliver.
guest today, and this is going to be a volleyball edition as our women's volleyball team starts their season this weekend. So first, Riley Jarrett,
Yes.
welcome to the broadcast.
Thank you.
So tell the audience how you have a new last name.
Yes, so we recently just married Joel Jarrett, who's actually an alum from West Liberty. We got married on June 10th, and he used to help Coach Burkle and the baseball team with their staff. So yes, new name change for this season.
And all of us will have to get used to that.
Yes,
So
myself
I
included.
even today had to be reminded, what is her last name again? So hopefully we won't screw that up. And Riley is, in my opinion, one of the best young volleyball coaches in the region.
Thank you.
And what she's done since she took over and continued what Kayla had started
Yes.
has been very, very impressive. So first of all, tell us, how's preseason going?
It's going great. I just actually told our team the other day, this is the most confident I have felt in my 4 seasons here with the group. I think we're clicking really well early on. We have a lot of people that are obviously fighting for positions, and I love to see that in the gym. It makes our practices really, really competitive. But we have a lot of great leadership. I think that that's what's setting us apart. Our captains are Riley Kudnick, a middle blocker, Naya Setla, going to be a senior libero, and Haley Zeck, a junior setter. And I think our leadership right now is great. So I'm really excited. We're definitely pumped. The ladies are really confident. I'm confident. I think it's going to be a great year. And I think if we can figure out a few little pieces with the starting lineup and then our confidence, I think we're going to be a scary team this year.
Great. So when did you come in? How long have you been in camp?
Yep, so we started on August 13th. So I actually took all 3 preseason scrimmages, which I think really helped the young ones this year because we were playing against Clarion, IUP, Fairmont, Seton Hill in preseason. So I think that really helped. So we're really only going on team practice 9 tonight. So it's not like we've had a whole lot of time, but the preseason scrimmages against the outside competition have helped a ton.
Great. The other 2 podcasts that I've done to this point have been outdoor sports.
Yes.
They have to deal with the weather a little bit more than you do, but occasionally we have to deal with the weather. So
Yeah.
explain that a little bit. When the humidity happens, what happens?
Yeah, so it's been a little bit warm, obviously. We're in the 80s, 90s, so sometimes our floor can get kind of slick. So it's just about keeping their feet. Being able to play in a hot gym, I think, is good to practice in because you never know where we go on the road, if they're going to have AC, if they're not. So I don't complain about it. I think it's good practice conditions because we have to get used to it. Hopefully it will cool down a little bit by the time we host IUP next Tuesday, and then obviously our large crossover tournament. But no, it's been going good. It's been fun.
Yeah, we kind of laugh now about the humidity, and trust me, that's not just a West Liberty problem.
Yeah.
Because when Riley was just starting, it was year 1, and she was in a panic, and we can't practice, so we got to get this fixed. And I was just on the phone with 2 of your competitors, and their gym shut down as
Yes,
well.
yeah.
It's just air conditioning, humidity, and it usually doesn't work out. So we start this season. Where are you going? What are the opponents like, etc.?
Yep, so we open up at Ashland University. So we start our season with Wisconsin Parkside, non-regional opponent who's coming off a pretty good year. And then we have the night game against Ashland on Friday, so we're excited for that. And then we are playing Central State, which is a regional game for us, and then New Haven, non-regional game. So a pretty competitive opening weekend. Ashland was just picked first in their preseason polls in their conference, so we're definitely excited. But yeah, and it's kind of local for a lot of our girls, so a lot of families will be there to support. So we're looking forward to that too.
And that is great that you're facing quality competition.
Yes.
Because I think any of us, when I was coaching, or people that are coaching now, you have to eventually play quality competition, or you're never going to see where you're at. So here's your couple of tough questions.
Okay.
You were one of the youngest head coaches in America when
Yes.
we hired you.
Mm-hmm.
What do you know now that you didn't know then?
Yes. I think that the big thing that I know now is obviously I hate losing. I want to win everything. I think I take losses a little bit better, okay, at year 4 and at age 27 than I did earlier on. Still struggling with that and finding that balance. But I feel like I try and take some positives more out of losses and how we're going to bounce back quickly. And I just think I've done a better job now of knowing the players. I think that that's something that's really important, getting to know them off the court, to know what makes them tick on the court. So that's something I've definitely invested a lot of time in, getting to know them, how they are as young women, how they are as people. And I think that that's helped us to be able to have stronger relationships.
And I will give you a bit of advice. This is never going to change. You're going to figure out things 4 years from now, and you're going to go, geez, why didn't I know that then?
Yeah.
We all grow in every aspect of our life, and it's learning from experience.
Exactly.
And I appreciate that you don't like to lose because it was in some movie, but people like to lose are usually losers. So, yeah, we want to win as much as we can. Coach's preseason poll.
Yes.
Thoughts?
Yeah, I thought it was pretty accurate. I mean, Wheeling and Fairmont beat us twice last year. So, we got picked third in the North. Obviously, we're looking to, win the North Division Championship. That's always a team goal. Our team goals this year are to make it back to the NCAA tournament, win the North Championship, and make it to the MEC tournament championship game. We're losing in the semis every single year, so how we get seeded in our regular season is going to factor into that. So I thought they were pretty accurate. I mean, our conference has gotten stronger every single year. North Division, South Division. I don't think any opponent in the MEC for volleyball is easy. So I think that it was pretty accurate. Obviously we're hoping to come out on top. Just got to take care of every opponent that's on their schedule.
Right, and I think one of the biggest differences, and I think Commissioner Amos would agree as well, we have kind of become a volleyball league.
Yes, 100%.
Because at one point, and give Wheeling credit where credit is due,
For sure.
they just dominated. And now it's not quite as easy. In fact, they haven't won the regular season the last 2 years, right? Because they haven't hosted.
So they haven't hosted. They've won the North Division the last 2 years, but the way that our tournament works is it's the best overall record that hosts.
Correct, yes.
So yeah, it was at Charleston last year because Charleston actually took a game from Wheeling. So it's really hard in our conference to go undefeated. And I think that just shows how much volleyball is, progressing in the MEC. And we had the most teams in the Atlantic Regional last year. We had more than the PSAC, we had more than the CIAA. So we're definitely hoping for that again.
Right, so in that eventually, it's going to make our quality improve because all of these teams now, you either step up or you get left behind.
Exactly.
And everything runs its course, and on any given year, one league's better than the other, but I think we have great stability and the teams have definitely improved. But couldn't wish you any more luck. We're not going to talk, we're going to wrap this up, so we're not going to talk much about individuals. In our other podcast, I like to stay away from individuals too much, that we talk more team focus, team success, etc. But the last thing that I want to get out, let's talk a little bit about the historical significance of where our volleyball teams are academically.
Yes, yeah, they do a great job in the classroom. We're just coming off getting the AVCA award, I think for the 9th year in a row, and we were actually in the top 20% for all Division II volleyball programs with our team cumulative GPA, which is amazing. They've really put a lot of work into themselves outside of the volleyball court, which I think then translates. So to be in the top 20% for a Division II volleyball team with our team GPA, we had a 3.8 as a cumulative team GPA. So I think that that's really impressive, speaks to them how they are as student athletes. And when I'm preaching to them, it's yes, we want to win volleyball games, but it's just important off the court as well.
All right, so congratulations on the
Thank
job.
you.
Well done there. Wish them luck. We'll hopefully do this soon again. And now we're signing off. First podcast of the year, women's volleyball. Go Hilltoppers.
Fire alarm activation, either Wagner building.
It was a space heater that had caught on fire, and it was really a major smoke event. We immediately called Panhandle, and they were on the scene rather quickly and got their air cleaning machines, smoke eating machines. They cleaned our ductwork inside and out, painted the walls, shampooed the carpets, cleaned every flat surface in the office, vacuumed, and got us up and running really quickly. Panhandle did a great job.